In a land not so different than our own, the Heartswell domain stands tall against the armies of darkness. Illuminated by a saintly individual, no darkness could pierce his light. Until the Great War, upheaval to the domain began, a battle between the forces of darkness and bringers of light. Amidst the battle, the brave, saintly individual thrusted into a dimensional portal, left to face a new world, alone.
Hey guys, this is lavaThor, and welcome back to lavaCRAFT. Okay, last time we talked about our mini game, which I just don't have a name, but worked on the mines over here, and we started on the second area, which is the mushroom caves. I have two entrances. There's an entrance right over here, and there's actually an entrance right over here as well, which there's a little top part. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I haven't finished connecting these up, but let's go and just showcase the caves from here as we come into this beautiful biome. I'm gonna kind of talk about all the different areas and what I've worked on and some of the things I've done. So stay with me, stay tuned as we go through all the work I've done on this very small area. This side is sort of the east side, as you can tell by the thing up in the top corner. We go this way, it's east. And that side's the west side. That's how directions work. But no. So I kind of divide in two sections, east and west. The east side is kind of encompasses this whole area over here, as well as, get out of my way, water, as all the way over to here. Kind of, oh, wings, get out, stuck. Okay, as you kind of can't jump over this spot. Let me go free cam. So it kind of cuts off there, comes around over here, and is this. Kind of like this weird crescent moon shape. And it's pretty easy to get across to the two different sections. There's kind of three general spots. Is across the lake, which you just swim across. You can kind of go across the mushrooms, which is like up through here or around here, or just hop right over past this lake, this little pond area. They all prove their slight difficulties. So a big part of this game is that it's just a matter of inconveniences. You're going to be PvPing, so any little advantage you can get. So if you get stuck in water, someone can kill you. So if you have the Mariner class, which has like Depth Strider, or the Wizard class with Frostwalker, that could be an advantage to you to get the drop on somebody. Or if you're skilled enough, you can come over here, because there's these fences or walls, you can't jump up them. So you get someone stuck on those and you can just wail into them and take them out. Or maybe you're coming over here, getting someone to chase you, and you're trying to do like a long jump to here, over here, and then you go bam, 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 and take them out because you trick them, thinking you're going over here. But okay, so that's kind of the east side. There is a little bit of a spot over here where instead of mushrooms, it goes into this like pale stuff, which we'll talk more about that in a bit, the rest of the pale area. But with the lake being mostly, well, actually it's not barren. There's sea pickles, grass, and then these beautiful red corals. I wanted the red to pop to give it a little more life. And then there's some up here that have died. Like the water was higher, but it's kind of like maybe in a drought and it's like receded over time and it's all died out. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then this stuff's all kind of taking over, maybe fighting against the mushrooms, the pale moss, and going forth. We do have the large mushrooms. I'll go over those a little bit later, but let's head over to the west side, which I think is a little bit smaller. It's kind of just this spot over here, as well as up over here. It goes a little higher, so you maybe like snipe them, pew, 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 and they have to come chase you. Or if they have a leaping potion, the Mariner has a leaping potion, you can get up here. Or Wizard with Ender Pearls, or different skills and strategies. There's a little cave right here, and I think I'm going to finish out this wall, this side, with just some slight little indents and caves. I'm just not quite sure what I want to do with it yet, so I'm leaving it for now. But the main point of it is done. But yeah, that's the east side. East versus west, pretty simple. We do have these large mushrooms, which I originally was just doing regular Minecraft mushrooms, like the ones that you can grow or custom make. And I scrapped that and made this really better design instead. I just had these big red ones. I only had a couple, and I was asking feedback on a few other people, and they said to add more. So I went and added these greenish blue ones in as well, and a couple more red ones. The red design is based upon the regular red mushrooms, And you can see this block here is actually a mushroom block. Let me go up here, yeah. Right, where's one? Well, that block. That block's a mushroom block. And it has the little white dots on. I thought, well, what if not all the dots are the same size? What if different parts grow bigger or smaller? So I did buttons, pale buttons, and I did these blocks with the little trapdoor on it to make different sizes of them. And I thought that looked pretty cool. Then just some different detailing. You want to try a few different blocks and layers. You know, direct mushroom, the nether brick to make it kind of bloody red on the bottom, and some hanging vines. And I thought it came out pretty good. And some of these have light with carpet on because I don't want mob spawn on the top. Cheating a little bit. This one I couldn't fit once. I just did a little bit of glow lichen on it to cheat there. Now the other mushrooms, these ones are based upon these little guys, you know, these things which really pop with the orange. And so I did these big orange dots on them. And then of course I used the twisted wood. And then to make some little dots, I used resin. This stuff's actually resin. I didn't know you could place it like on sides and bottom stuff, which I wish you could do that with like lapis and, you know, the other ores. You know how cool it'd be, like put little pieces of quartz down and make it white. That'd be so cool, the other ores, if you could place down like the resin. But and then we have prismarine on the bottom to give that feel of the blood, instead of the bloody orange, a little bit lighter. And we did some reds for the stem to kind of do a contrast color, because you want something kind of opposite for the stem because it's like a different material. I don't know. That's kind of what I did. That's the designs I came up with. One different thing about the green ones is they kind of start out like this little mud thing here is like a little tiny baby one. It's actually a few of these. Let's see if I can find the other ones. Yeah, look, there's a little baby one here. And there's a little baby one up here. And you'll actually tell on some of the bigger ones, they actually have some leftover mud from when they were babies. It's like their little baby diaper they had, you know? Or something. I don't know. And then obviously with mud, you don't have slab stairs, so I did tough. It's like dried out mud. And I thought that was decent. Okay, but that's the east versus the west. And then we have, you know, we have the lake and this little carve out cave thing. And then we have the Pale Cave, which I really like this area. I've expanded a couple times. I'll probably expand it again. But if you notice here, we have these side mushrooms. I don't know if you saw these. But they're like the mushrooms that grow on the side of trees or on the side of logs or on the side of like cliffs and stuff. So I only made 3. They're kind of big. And you can actually get to them. But before we get to those, you can kind of come into here and I do have one worry that we're going to like fight and break some of the stuff, which, you know, it is what it is. I'll fix it as we go. Ooh, it's daytime, right? No, it's nighttime. These open at nighttime. And you come over here and it's a one-way path to get into the lake. Oh, look at that horrible jump. But yeah, so like, you know, if someone's sitting there, you can snipe them. Or really, if you have the high ground. And over there, you can try and keep an eye out. Like you come in here before, you know, at the beginning of the match, and you just kind of sit right here and wait for him to like pop out through there or pop out through there and just pew, 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 pew with your arrows or whatever, and then jump after and take him out. And like, you know that like for him to get you, he's going to have to come all the way over. Okay, so that's kind of like the main part of the Pale Cave. Really put some work into this using a lot of the slabs, staircase buttons, and different stuff. Oh, look, this one's closed. Maybe it is a different time. Okay, and then we have a little cave here, a little hidden spot right here. You can climb up into here. And you can go into the bottom. Okay, I'm getting stuck. There we go. Bottom. This little bottom mushroom right here. And then one thing I did with these mushrooms is I put a skulk sensor in them. Right here. Yeah. And it's waterlogged with wool around it. So that way it only really lights up on the top. So if he's looking for you and you're not being sneaky, you just rush up here. It's going to light up this whole wall and he's going to like know where you are. So being sneaky might be advantage here. So you can come up here, you can jump down, go back down. You can also jump over to these mushrooms. Oh, well, if you're not hungry, if you know how to actually fight and play Minecraft, you could jump. Let me get back up there. Hold on. This is a very embarrassing. I'm good at Minecraft, I promise. Okay, maybe I'm not, but I can pretend I am. Oh, there we go. And yeah, you can jump over here and just kind of parkour around. And you can jump to the other mushrooms and kind of jump back and do all that fun stuff. So yeah, so you can get a little crazy and kind of go up there. So it gives like a whole new area to the mushroom spot, but kind of higher up. Okay, but let's head back. there is one more spot on the Pale Caves, which is this really horrible cave over here. This cave I really like. It twists and turns around, and there's glowberries, so you can get a little bit extra food here. But you gotta be careful, because these things will sting you. Oof, oof. And all the classes have limited food and limited resources, so you gotta really be careful to twist around. So if you're being chased, you could easily get stuck on that, and that could end you. And then up here, there's a second one. So you gotta be careful. Oh, see, I can't even avoid it. So, and then once you get up here, it drops down to slightly here, so you can't backtrack unless you have like a potion of leaping or ender pearl. So you can get stuck up here, and it comes up to the big one here. And again, we got more of the lights, so light up the whole area unless you're sneaking. And then you can jump over to this one as well. And this one has more lights and a little cave, which I might put like a dead person or something in. I don't know, a little Easter egg. And so you get up here, and you have like a huge advantage to snipe people or jump on them or get the drop. Just pretty big thing to do. Oof. Okay. That's pretty much it for it. I've worked on the ceiling a little bit over here, detailing with slabs and stairs. Notice I put a little bit of the glow, not the glow, the hanging vines. I still got to do the main ceiling, and I got to do this wall, and this will connect to the end area, so that will be what I have to do next. But this is pretty much done. The mines, we worked on, I still got to finish the ceiling out. I did a little bit of work on it, but like this place is pretty boring. But like this, you can tell is a little bit more detailed. That's what I got to do over here as well. Like this wall. Oh, I like little holes. I wonder if you could ender pearl right through that. Just pew. That'd be a neat trick to do on someone. Jump in there and just go pew. But yeah, so you could also ender pearl up on the mushrooms. I think you could ender pearl up to here, and then like it'd be really hard for him to get to you. But the wizard doesn't have any range weapons, so you're just gonna sit there and you can't do anything. So. Or maybe the mariner with jumping potion. We'll have to test some of that stuff and see what's good or not good. But I thought it came out pretty good. Let me guys know what you think in the comments if you like it or not. Oh, wait. I forgot about one area. It's called the Drowning Cave. You ever watch those like little shows on YouTube where people like dive into caves that are like 1 inch wide and they probably die or talk about someone dying? That sets off my anxiety really bad. Well, I made one of those. So we got the little water cave here, and we got the little water cave over here, which are like 5 feet apart. But what if you're like, I don't want to walk 5 feet. That's too far. You can dive down into here, and we got this little cave with these little nooks and crannies. Get over here. It's all underwater. Get stuck over here. You can swim. And some of these are pretty low, so you gotta actually crouch or swim and pop out over here. Woo! And yeah, it's called the Drowning Cave. But there's some classes that have water advantages, and they could swim a little faster and juke and lose someone. So it could give an advantage to that. It's just a small little cave here. Here, I'll go ahead and show the other Pale Cave too. You can see that twisty roundabout spot right here where it just jukes up and down and over. As well as the regular spot. But yeah, that's the mushroom caves. I think it came out really good. I got a little bit of work to do on it, but the main part is done. Look, I moved my whole production down here. got it all done. So next we're gonna work on the nether. I gotta mine out this whole ceiling. Well, not all of it, just these 4 chunks. It goes back even further, but we're just gonna do 4. And we're gonna work on that. Before that or after that, I might start my drown farm to get tridents. That's really all I need left for the classes is tridents. But, oh, one thing someone was telling me, Shad was telling me I should put a 3rd entrance right over here, a little kind of hidden secret one to the nether. Because what I'm going to do is put like nether portals to make it look like you're actually going through the portal to this, but we'll figure out something neat for that. But yeah, I have a couple ideas for the nether with maybe over lava or something neat. So stay tuned for that for next week as we get that done. And we're about halfway done with this. We got 2 spots done. We have most of the gear done. We got 2 more sections, the nether and the end, and then the entrance rooms. And then that's it. We'll be done. But we only have a few weeks left for the month. So we got to really buckle down and get this done. But that's all I got to show you guys. That's all I've really been doing on this. That's all the progress I've made. So please stay tuned for the next one as we continue on.